Open your book to page 218. Today's lesson is to write rational expressions in the simplest form. So basically means you need to learn how to simplify. Okay, so let's go over some examples. So example 1, you want to simplify 4x squared plus 2x minus 2 times 4x squared minus 1 to the negative 1 power. So again, first let's get rid of negative 1 power. Negative 1 power means you have to flip it over, right? So this becomes 4x squared plus 2x minus 2 over 4x squared minus 1. Okay, so again, this goes on the bottom. Your next step is, all these are terms, so do not cancel anything out. Don't cancel 4x squared and 4x squared. You cannot do that, okay? Because again, those are terms. It's almost like you have 422 over 41. You say, oh, 4 and 4 cancels out, so the answer is 22, right? That's what you're saying. Okay, cannot do that. The terms are like digits, so you cannot cancel anything out. So do not do that, okay? So before you can cancel anything, you have to factor. Okay, so on the bottom it's easy, right? This again go through the steps, right? Step 1, common factor cannot. Step 2, difference of squares. So yes, it's a difference of square. So so you get 2x plus 1, 2x minus 1, right? Now this one over here, you have to go through your steps. So you can go up to the side so it does not interfere your major steps. So go up to the side. So step 1, common factor. So factor out of 2. And step 2, perfect square. This is not a perfect square, right? So step 3, cubes. This is not a cube. So step 4, master product. So master product, you get 1 here and minus 2. So you get 2 comma negative 1. So you're going to get x, 2x, right? Again, master product, so it'd be plus 1 minus 1. So that's what you're going to end up having, right? So again, go up to the side, work it out, then you write it over here. So you don't get too many little steps over here, you're going to lose track of what you're doing. So again, factor everything. So once you're done factoring, you cancel, and that's it. You're done. So your answer would be 2 times x plus 1 over 2x plus 1. Okay, let's go to example 2. Again, the key concept is very simple. You factor everything, then you cancel. Okay, the next problem, you have 2x minus 5x squared minus 3x cubed over 6x squared plus x minus 1. So first, I am going to factor out the negative x, okay? Because there's a negative in the first term. Okay, this is the leading term. I have a negative, so I'm going to factor out the negative, and all these have an x, right? So I'm going to factor out the negative x, and I'm going to put this in the correct order. So factor out the negative, and x becomes 3x squared. This one I factor out the negative and x, so become plus 5x. This one I factor out the negative and x will become minus 2. Okay, and on the bottom, leave it alone for now. Okay, so again, first I factor out the common factor, right? Step 1, common factor, right? Then you go to step 2. Okay, so step 2, perfect square cannot. Step 3, okay, step 3 is the cube, so cannot. So you go to step 4, master product. So master product would be 5 and negative 6. So you're going to get 6 comma negative 1. So you can break it down into x and 3x, right? You have to do the f first. So this would be the inside. So it would be plus 2. 3 times 2 give you 6. That's the inside. So this would be outside minus 1, right? So that takes care of the top. Now you go to the bottom, do the same thing. Step 1 cannot, step 2 cannot, step 3 cannot. Step 4, master product, right? Again, 1, negative 6. So you're going to get 3 comma negative 2. Okay. So if you try x and 6x, it's not going to work because none of this is multiple of 6. So you have to go to the next one. You go 2x and 3x. So this would be the inside. So it would be plus 1, right? 3 times 1 give you the 3. And this would be the outside. So 2 times minus 1 give you the negative 2. Again, the inside, outside. 3 times 1 give you 3. 2 times negative 1 give you negative 2. Everything has to match. And after that, this cancels out. So your answer would be negative x, x plus 2 over 2x plus 1. Okay? So again, it's very simple. All you have to do is factor everything, then cancel. Okay, let's go to example 3. Example 3, you have f of x. Remember, f of x means y, right? So you got y equal to 2x squared minus x minus 1, x cubed minus 4x. So A, you need to find the domain of the f. B, find the zeros of f, if any. Domain means what the value of x can allow to have. So before you can do anything, you need to go and do factoring first. Okay, so let's go and factor everything. So again, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, master product, right? Negative 1, negative 2. So it'd be 1 comma negative 2. So it'd be x, 2x. So this must be the inside, right? So it'd be minus 1, right? This is the inside, and this is the outside, so plus 1. Okay, on the bottom, the x cubed minus 4x, you factor out the x, so you get x squared minus 4. From here, you can get x plus 2, x minus 2, right? So you can, that's your step 1, then here is your step 2a, so x plus 2, x minus 2. So you can do all the factoring first before you answer any question. Okay, so now let's ready to answer the question. So A, the domain. Okay, for domain means the value of x that you allow to have. The answer will be all real number except for 0, negative 2, and 2. You can have a 0 because when x equal to 0, you get 0 in the denominator, make it undefined, right? Again, you're not allowed to divide by 0. You're not allowed to have a 0 in the denominator. So answer would be all real number except 0, negative 2, and 2. Okay? So again, you can have anything, any number you want except for those 3 values. Because when you have 0, this will make it equal to 0. Cannot. If you have negative 2, then negative 2 plus 2 give you 0. Again, you make it undefined. So again, these 3 values, when you plug it into here, it will make this equal to 0 and make it undefined. So cannot. So again, domain means the value of x that you're allowed to have. So you're allowed to have anything except for those 3 numbers because it will make it undefined. So that's what domain means. Okay, B, you're looking for zeros. Okay, you're looking for zeros means you're looking for when the y equal to 0. Okay, so you're looking for x, the value of x that will make y equal to 0. That's why it's called zeros, right? So for zeros, okay, you go and set this equal to 0. Zeros means you set y equal to 0. So you got 0 equal to x minus 1, 2x plus 1 over x plus 2, x minus 2. But don't waste time doing that because when you cross multiply, if you cross multiply or multiply by common denominator, you're going to get 0 equal to x minus 1, 2x plus 1, right? Again, cross multiply. Okay, cross multiply, you get that. So in the future, don't waste time doing it. Just go straight to these. Okay? And then from here, you're going to get x equal to 1, x equal to negative 1 over 2, right? You set equal to 0, you solve. Again, you should know how to do this since you're algebra 1 or pre-algebra, right? So your zeros are 1 and negative 1/2. Okay. So again, when x equal to 1, it will give you the 0. When x equal to negative half, it will give you y equal to 0. Okay. So again, zeros means when y equal to 0. So you're looking for x. So these 2 values of x will give you y equal to 0. So that's what I mean by the zeros. Okay. So make sure you understand what they're asking, the domain and the zeros. And use a colon over here, use a colon over here, right? So these are your answers. Okay, so let's go and do some practice.